Wife called me selfish and financially irresponsible, served divorce papers on our anniversary, moved in with another man, then came crawling back when she found out I was making more money than I'd ever earned. Wife called me selfish and financially irresponsible, served divorce papers on our anniversary, moved in with another man, then came crawling back when she found out I was making more money than I'd ever earned. So here's the situation, and I'm going to try to lay it out as clearly as I can, even though nothing about this feels clear to me right now. My wife Sarah and I have been married for 8 years and our anniversary was last month, and instead of getting me a watch or cologne or literally anything normal, she handed me an envelope over dinner at this fancy restaurant I thought we were going to celebrate at, and when I opened it there were divorce papers inside, and she just sat there watching me read through them like she was waiting for me to thank her or something. I keep replaying that moment in my head and the way she looked so calm and collected while I felt like the floor was falling out from under me, and I still can't understand how someone does that to a person they supposedly love. The waiter came by to ask if we wanted dessert right after I finished reading, and I just stared at him because what do you even say in that situation? And Sarah ordered tiramisu like nothing happened and ate the whole thing while I sat there trying to figure out what I'd done wrong. But let me back up because the real story starts about 6 months ago when the company I worked for got bought out by this massive corporation, and they gave all the middle management people like me an ultimatum, and it wasn't really an ultimatum at all because they made it clear what they wanted. They said we could either take a 20% pay cut and stay on with reduced responsibilities, or we could take a severance package and leave, and the way they presented it made it obvious they wanted most of us gone anyway. I'd been with that company for 12 years and worked my way up from basically nothing, and I loved my job and the people I worked with, but 20% is a lot of money, and we'd have to make some changes to our lifestyle, but it wasn't like we'd be homeless or anything. Sarah makes decent money too as a dental hygienist, and we don't have kids yet, so I thought we could manage it, and maybe it would even be good for us to live a little simpler and not worry so much about keeping up with everyone else. When I told Sarah about the situation, I expected her to be supportive or at least understanding, because that's what married couples do, right? And they work through challenges together, but she immediately started talking about how this would affect our 5-year plan and our savings goals, and what would people think if we had to downsize the house or get rid of one of the cars. She kept saying things like, you need to think about our future and this isn't just about you anymore, and I started getting frustrated because I was thinking about our future and I thought staying at a job I liked even with less money was better than starting over somewhere else. The conversation got heated and she said I was being selfish and not considering her feelings, and I said she was being shallow and only caring about money, and we both said things we probably shouldn't have said, but at the time I thought it was just a normal fight that couples have when they're stressed about big decisions. She stormed off to her sister's house and didn't come home for 2 days, and when she did come back she was cold and distant, but I figured she needed time to process and would come around once she saw that we could make it work.